and welcome to Divine Unisouls. I am Divine Sunshine. I am coming on here to go and investigate about the actions of the DM energies in the collective. That is about what type of fool am I. Now, if I thank you all for those who have made the comments and contacted me and talked about the DM and stated that they felt the same way. I had somebody talk to me on my Instagram account, Divine Unisouls 11, and it stated that she felt the same thing too, that the Divine Masters have felt like they're fool. I think I seen it across on the Instagram. It might have been Wicked Tarot, Virgo Tarot. It had said something again similar to what I'm saying about them. Some of them are having this ego, massive ego death, and are seeing that it's just been brought on. Say if it hasn't been, it's on its way. I already have felt that energies that about to fool them out, which is again, that is an introspection of looking and seeing that the way they've been acting due to ego or fear has caused them to really take a really hard look at themselves and saying, well, how the hell did I get to this point where I am with this person that is acting, as they said in the reading, as a B, or which is a bitch to them, in their ways. It caused them to act as that way too as well, like soft, and they don't have any kind of backbone as well. I want to also talk about the aspect of, I keep on looking at the ASPCA commercials, and I talked about that in the last video, and I could not get rid of that feeling. And it's interesting I don't know where I am in different cultures, where, they're always talking about that the man is like a dog. Men are dogs, okay? That is what they have stated. And I wondered, why did they come up with that? Where is that kind of way through the universe or through their energies that label has been attached to them? And then I start thinking about it as saying, again, that's like, again, the male aspect is kind of taken on, and this might be a stretch, as the animal, as they totem. And that way is which I start breaking it down and start thinking about dogs in general, which is when we're talking about dogs, and I always say that even on my channel, I got the acronym, which is laugh. Anytime I see a dog, it's about your loyalty to something, your authority to something, and then your friendships. That means, again, when we're talking about the example that was given to me through tapping into the energies of it and saying that these collective of divine masculines that are in this, whatever is this awakening of seeing that they've been a fool up until now, and seeing that the people that they've been dealing with have been acting, lying to them and not being true to them. And now they're saying, why can't I be lucky in love? Now I want to be lucky in love. And I really want true love, so that I can really be able to compare and see how much of a fool that I have been up until this point. And like, why didn't I? It's like, dummy, why haven't I been choosing real love all along? And thank God I've gotten to this point that I can recognize that this is truly, well, we say in life you have to go through those bumps and bruises, in order for you to be able to really distinguish and have discernment of what's really truly love and what's not. So we know that some of us have tried and have asked or called on those type of lessons in our soul, or those karmic lessons, which is again through the energies of either this lifetime or last lifetime, that we can't, we feel like something about that we have to keep on attracting those type of situations or those lessons, so that we could really truly get it. Or some of us keep on because that's what we know, that's what we're familiarized with. And so when I think about the ASCPA commercials, I think about how, again, they talked about that some of them saying, I listened to the commercials today very well, which is they were saying a lot of them, they're hungry, they're scared. A lot of them, again, this is really all that they know. They feel comfortable and they have lost hope. that jumped off like if anything else. And so again, somebody coming there to save them. It's like you just don't know how much abuse is out there and occurring and happening to these animals, these domestic animals, the cats, dogs, or whatever like that. Most of them they show the dogs on there, and so I was like, And that's true. If you think about even in the male species, majority of the time you're thinking in some ways or in that energy is they're the ones that dishing it out. They're not the ones that are getting it back in return. Not true. And things are coming out now. Even I'm thinking about it, and we're adults here. And I keep it 100 here where I'm seeing they're talking about Monday with the R. Kelly issue. They're like, we got shocking news or whatever, shocking that even R. Kelly had abused men too as well. And I'm like, okay, now I didn't see that coming, but that makes sense if you was abused by a man, as it was stated in his bio, that again, it would be most likely that you might want to again return that abuse, or want revenge or retribution into doing that act to that same gender or others as well, and so in females as well. And so that is again saying that again the abuse of it, that abuse coming in all different types of forms that is happening, especially when we're talking about in the masculine energies. Remember, I'm not just talking about just males, but that way as well, that there is occurrence of abuse, whether it's verbal, nonverbal, financial, emotional, no, physical, those kind of things of abuse as well. And we have to kind of keep that in mind when you're underneath that type of duress, those distress or that kind of strain of that kind of situations. It's very hard for you to be able to recognize when somebody is giving you that helping hand, just like those strays or those dogs that are out there. And that's the same thing, like I'm saying, and it keeps on being, the energy keeps on directing me back to that again, and stating that again, that is where they are. They cannot, some of them have been hurt, abused so much, in some of them, because again, some of the stories, and I know the clients have told me, and what many of these, and we're talking about that kind of, seems like that kind of vein that has really been through some traumatic abuse in their childhood, or really not understanding to shift and seeing that again, this is true love. It's very hard for them to be able to comprehend. And like I said on that commercial, it helps me to understand that with the universe, and you're taking it with that, with the universe doing divine intervention and having, it's really them coming out there to really get their helping hand to say, come on. And so, the universe in some ways feels that at the point that they are at now, is some of them has to really truly intervene, because this divine masculine is not going to do the movement on their own. Okay, and so that is where we come from. I know from our show, and we down the line, and this is where I say the tables are kind of turned, and the plot twists came of sending the light and whatever like that to, and protecting them. At this time, it's hands off and really allowing them to get the brunt of it, so they can really be able to truly heal. Because right now, us being in the way or trying to help or whatever like that is not helping them, when intervention is trying to turn them around. So it's like they're trying to tell them to come with me. I got a forever home. And really what I'm doing is I'm going to turn it over to you. And you're over there trying to tempt them and help them. And after a while, the dog kind of gets confused and say, I don't know, am I supposed to be going with the SPCA people, or am I supposed to be going with you? And you're not fully together either. So, I really should be going in the hands of the divine and let them kind of turn me right. So, this is where this is coming to me, and it's being brought to me. They're bringing it to me, guys and stuff. Is that again, we're not at the point that is again, it's a little bit kind of pulling back, allowing for intervention to kind of be at play here, because again, they're at this point where they have been scared. I can see them as these DMs. You know, they've been trying to say, come this way, come this way. No, I'm not ready. I'd rather stay out here on the freeway getting scraps, and they're telling you, we got a love for you. You don't got to get a scrap of love from this person and a scrap of love from that person. I'm telling you right now, the time is now. We're here to help you, and you don't have to be living off of fumes of love from people, or as soon as you be nice and keep on, because some of these DMs have been turning and turning over these situations with these people, and they're showing that to me, and they've been almost like the dogs. In the example, this is the only way I can do it. That's my truth, and this is what I'm saying, so I can really truly get the understanding of what they're going through, because this has really opened my heart to understand where they are. And it's again, they keep on showing this way, and they keep on saying no. In these situations, they turn it over again, they try to make it work again, and then the person comes back and do the same thing all over again. And it's like, okay, but I keep on giving you my heart and think it's gonna get better, and it's not turning over to get better. It's turning over to be the same thing. Matter of fact, I almost feel like crying. It's getting worse. And so this is where, again, the universe is saying, okay, some of us saying, I put you in there to learn. And some of them saying, okay, it's time to pull you out because you ain't learning nothing but more hurt. And you're not really going to be any good for anybody to come along to really treat you and show you another way as far as what true love is. Rather it's the job, rather it's the situation with a person, rather it's the house that you're in and you say, I'm tired of, I keep on trying to turn it over and make it look a palace and did this and do this, but I still know the ultimate is I got to leave this house alone. So my thing is that, you know, this is where the universe are kind of bringing some of the divine masculine energies that feel like, okay, I feel like I've been a fool up until this point to go to. So I want to kind of tap into looking at as far as what are the actions that these divine masculines that feel like they're a fool, what are they actually going to do as far as that? Because I've been kind of like a person saying, I've been investigating. It's like a cold case. Like I've been investigating, and it's like we ain't got this crime solved at all. It's been on the fence, on the fence, on the fence, clear. And I remember that was at the beginning. You go all the way. I felt like I wanted to stop some of them, but I have not cleared out my videos. And heck, maybe some of the stuff back then is still reigning true. That might be why the YouTube is letting that circle around more so than these new ones that I'm putting out here. Because some of them say, oh, I didn't think you were still doing readings. I thought it was over. Because everything they promote is 5 years, 2 years, 3 years down the road. So anyway, the universe wants them to know the direction that they're destined to go into is security and wonders. That means a lot of surprises to be performed, a lot of things. And letting them understand that you're like a ninth wonder of the world. Divine masculine energies about some things in which you are doing. You could be really very much magical. You are magical, and you really understanding how special that you are as a divine masculine energies. This is what it is. This has got this amethyst, which to me is really tapping into that connection with spirit and letting it really truly work through you. This is where it is here. So this is being a wonder, and then also security, where it is, like I say, a forever home. You know, we're really setting you up. You're destined for forever home. Your past is in your past. I'm looking at this. The writing is on the wall. The new things of how the stars are aligned is coming forth right now. There's an opening, an opportunity that's bringing forth to this divine masculine energies that, again, it feels like I'm a fool. What kind of fool am I? They got it to me. When I look at it, you got to look up. And again, you got to get this fire. I'm seeing this, a fire, a burning flame within. It's got to start burning, even in the darkness. Even if it's like, again, when I look at this, it reminds me of doing 2 sticks, putting it together to make this flame. You might have to deal with the natural resources and tools of where you are to light this flame, rather it's looking around and saying this ain't working, I got to find some kind of other way to get out of this. It lights a flame for you to find the answers, solutions, how to get out of the person, place, or thing, situation that you believe that is negatively. Or again, my new thing is like understanding that you are truly the hero in the situation and not looking to other resources like, can I have a match to light this? No, you got to use the things, the God-given tools that's in your environment or your surroundings to make you go ahead and to ascend and go to that next level to ignite that flame within you. So this is, again, this is what you're destined, this divine masculine energies is destined to do. Okay, when we're talking about also the energy, what is this energy? Let's look and see the energies as far as this actions that they want to take forth next. What's the actions that they want to take forth next? Clear. What kind of energy are they in? Now, as far as them understanding that they got to take an action step. They're moving into the energies of understanding of being an angel of love. To me, it looks like, but also what's being motivated is moving towards someone. It could be the divine feminine or themselves being the angel of love is really driving them forth. To me, when I see this angel of love, that's also self-love. Love of self is going to be the driving force, the energy when they get into that of understanding that's going to propel them about their next actions. Also, the idea of the divine feminine energies too on the outside is going to help them to be like a target, a moving thing. If I keep on like a baby, if I'm over here and saying, walk to me, come on, come on, come on, come to mama, come to mama, that's going to be my thing. Come to the divine feminine, come to what you believe to be love, the purest form of love that really love you. You keep your eyes on the prize. That's going to help you put that actions like 1 foot, they baby stepping, 1 foot in front of the other. Set the intentions as to where you want to go. If it's getting out that job or going, again, you're moving out that apartment or the house, putting that 1 foot in front of the other is as well. 4, it says in alignment. 9 is ending cycles, understanding that. And then also 4 plus 9, which equals 13, which means a death, which means an ego death. That goes back to what has been stated, that again, yes, a dark night, if you want to call it, but it's a death of who and what you are. Understanding that that's got to go. In order to get something, you got to lose something. You got to let something go. And understanding, getting to that state and grieving over it. I thought it was going to be this way. I thought this marriage is going to be forever. I see it's not. I thought I was going to be at this job forever. I see that I'm not. I'm seeing I was going to be at this house or whatever, this place forever. I see that it's not. And understanding that, dealing with it, becoming one with it, doing emotional, adapting it, accepting it, and then moving on to the next step. It's a healthy place for this person to be. So right now they're understanding that this person is now using either love of self, either and love of self, love of who he believes is his admiration or his object of affection, and looking at that and really becoming laser being focused on that as being where they want to go to. Okay, because they understand that they need to surrender, and they need to surrender. Here we go. Oh, these came out too. To silence. In quiet meditation, contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within, and silence can heal and replenish you. They need to really go within and go into hermit mode. And I had something about the hermit too as well earlier, and I was saying that, you know, sometimes again, you gotta kind of pull away and get to see something high. It was a song that came to me this morning, and I was like, oh, I see why. When my lion sister and I went to go to a place called Saucy Crab, and we were eating that, and they had all this music playlist, and the circle kept on circling around the same songs over again. And one of them was "I'm on the top of the world, looking down on creation, and the only." And I kept on telling her, I said, "Well, I guess the universe is trying to tell us that we're gonna be on top of the world." And I thought about it this morning, and I said, you know what they're saying, right? If you're on top of the world, I got a card in my deck that I had made for like as a answer to the tarot, and it has a young man in the hermit. In the hermit mode, you're going within. He's actually on the card. He's sitting on top of a building, looking out over the city, and you're looking down on creation. You've got to take a higher state too as well. But then again, also when we're talking about this surrender to the silence, going within, you're going to be able to get a better view of everything. And so again, and you're looking down on creation. You're looking at everything that has been created in your world, what things you have, again, spirit has put into your world, what things you have allowed to be into your world. And so in doing that, that's going to be able to help you to really get in touch with your heart and really know, as far as for the divine masculine, to really see about what's going on. He's got a lot of turmoil and a lot of chaos going around him, this divine masculine energy. And so in order for him to really be able to do that, he's got to go into like that movie it was like The Closet, The Warrior, or some of the praying closet or something, whatever it is. That was that big movie about that prayer, and the lady would go into the closet, she would actually pray there. I mean, it's like literally might have to find himself, or if you got to go in the car in the parking lot at the job before you go in there, or before you go into your house with all that turmoil with your significant other, and just sit there in the garage. Now, I don't have it turned on, but again, in the car, and really just sit there and just pray, in the silence, early in the morning, really kind of thinking about, how can I get myself out of this? What is really, truly happy for me? Can I really heal my heart and hear spirit give me direct directions as to the ordering my step in the way, dear Lord, and lead me, guide me every day in the way that I need to go. Send your anointing, Father, I pray, please order my steps in your word. What do I have to do in order to do that? I talked about the prayer of the mastermind. Say, again, you talk about, I need help. I admit of myself, I know nothing. I need help. So again, you have to get to the point that, again, and that's a real ego death, especially if you're talking about you in truly into that male energy, that masculine energy, where I know everything. I'm the one that's supposed to turn things and make things happen, and it's supposed to go this way because I willed it, and because my willpower, it has to do that. And to come to the point that you surrender and say, I don't know, I just know that it's something's got to change, and this is not working out for me, and I need help for something that I can't see, a higher power, and I've got to trust. That's a big thing. So this is where this divine masculine understands, and the universe is directing them to pull away from everything. That's the actions first that they got to do, and they got to surrender to the silence and listen to spirit give them the answer. The surrender, they say about trust, and I just talked about that. I wasn't even looking at the cards, I was talking. It's down. And so again, trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take an action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. The divine masculine here energies, again, is being directed by spirit to just surrender, just to trust. These are the actions of understanding that he has to make, and he's coming to the decision, understanding that when I make it, I've got to become one with it, and I got to be okay with it, and this is where it is. They know that this is not where they want to be, but they got to surrender to something. And again, this divine masculine has experienced with a lot of letdown. Just like I said, that dog in the SBC saying, I wanted to trust, but I even trust my master. And when I would come up, and I know they beat me all upside my head, but I still would show them love, and they still would hurt me in the same time. And so again, this is where the divine masculine is saying, energies are saying, I've tried love. I've tried to reach out to people, and I tried it with that. And in all times, my heart got broken. Even in this situation, I've tried to be there for everybody, the kids, the wife, even the in-laws. And they act like what I did was great. And then some of them I'm picking up, like even what he has done, they even have mocked and made fun of the things that he thought was great accomplishment, and made it seem like it was barely nothing. And it's just very hurting that to be in there. And so to really come and have that divine intervention, lend their hand and say, come on, we got a place, we got a forever home for you, we got a forever heart, a loving partner that's going to love you no matter what, and it won't mock you, and you can trust when he or she says X, Y, and Z, that they will actually come through and follow through on that. That they're not about that arguing all the time and that ghetto love and we arguing all the time like that. That when they really give you moments to yourself so you can do what they say, surrender to silence, and then I ask you every minute, what you doing? You plotting to leave me? You think about leaving me? Like how you said that. Or they ask you, where you going? Now why you in this garage by yourself asking 50 million questions? Like, I'm trying to meditate. I'm trying to do that. Oh, when you start meditating, oh, y'all, that's cold for you on the phone with that girl, or you on that phone with that guy, you plotting and talking to somebody, your lawyer, to get rid of me. It's not all that extra stuff. And so then again, that's what it is again, understanding, surrender to trust yourself in your decisions, and don't be swayed by others. I told you in the cards there, they talked about their friends very much so matter to them. It's a network, it's a connection, they all intertwined, and everybody else's business and theirs, and they got to learn to kind of intertwine themselves, unravel themselves, disconnect, detach, cut cords with them, to understanding that again, everybody that seems like they for you ain't for you. Some of them is against you, and some of them showed them to his face that I got confirmation. Some of them showed him to his face that they not with him. And so this divine masculine understands that right now that the universe is calling on them to surrender and to trust them, that they're gonna again get them out of this situation, but also to trust them, to saying that again, that this person that they're going after is going to actually be there for them no matter how things are looking, as well. So they're understanding that, they understand it, because right now what's going through these actions and they actually follow through, what's going to change for them and what's on the horizon. Okay, if they follow, let's do it this way, if they follow the actions of what Spirit said and trust them and surrender to silence, what's going to change for them in their life? The relationship dynamics are going to change, okay? Which means, again, they got to get in the purple, which means they got to follow downloads, what Spirit is talking to them and telling them. They got to also, again, they're going to help them to be able to stand in their power, build healthy boundaries, as well. A little bit orange there, be able to manifest into to the relationships that they're going to experience are going to be more healthier. I see brown here, which means it's going to be a lot of eliminating. Lot of some people going to be taken off the table, and that's why the relationships is going to change, okay? That they follow through on what's telling them about self-love, okay? Heavenly signs, also the Spirit, like I say, guide me, lead me every day. They're going to give them, order their steps. They're going to actually manifest in the 3Ds like never before, almost give them like a step-by-step playbook, an instructional guide from heaven, from source, whoever, that's going to tell them, do this, now file this. They're going to wake up and some might say, okay, now go to the lawyer today. We got a lawyer here on somewhere. Look in the telephone book. Just start looking online, and somebody's going to jump off the page, and that's going to be your lawyer, and they're going to be successful. Like, somebody was highlighted some kind of way. When I looked, it looked like it had like purple glow. It was written in purple. Something about the name I just liked. And you went and you go to the lawyer and you all hit it off. And it's like, I like you. Something about you. I feel some kind of connection, and I want to help you. I want to take your case on. I feel like a witness. I feel like, again, that, maybe she might be entitled to 50% of your earnings, but some kind of way that we do it, I feel like I could work with you in some kind of way we can get it reduced down. I feel like I could talk, I could do this. Whatever it is. And you're like, what? Okay, everybody else I talk to, they're talking crazy. Like, no, you get this realtor in this house that you have, and everybody else been talking crazy. But Spirit say, okay, today go contact Century 21. So I tried them before. Now today is the day. Don't go with that same one. Now this time go with a man, not a woman. Okay. You know, so again, it's going to be like step by step. These downloads are going to come and tell this divine masculine. Again, he chooses to do these things, to render and to trust. That's what's going. Now, if the divine masculine, I'm going to do a fork in the road. I just want to say, just keep on doing what he's doing and say, don't take no kind of steps at all, this divine masculine. What's going to happen? They take the next step now. What that tells me is, even if he don't do it, guess what? An intervention, divine intervention, is going to push him to take the next step. It's going to me, when I look at it, it's like, again, it's going to set so much fire underneath him and so much intensify that situation. Because I keep on seeing, like I said it in the other way, where spirit opens up the door and this person, the divine master, like, no, don't come in. And then they're like, okay, they give it like a big push to the door, and then it goes around, and whatever it is, I see like these spirit kind of jumping to these people, and then whatever the conversation, it changes totally different. Now, it could be good, bad, or indifferent. It could be in the way that they light the more of a fire if things get worse. Because, again, to help this person understand that you need to take this next step now. Again, the pressure is going, I'm hearing the song say, the heat is on, the heat is on, the heat is on, it's on the street, the heat is boom, 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 on. So the heat is going to be on. If you decide not to and just say, no, I'm kind of happy to do what I'm doing, again, that's going to be done that. Because, again, the downloads are still here. You got yellow. You got to stand in your power. And, again, build these boundaries. It's going to make him stand in his power. Really be truly in line with who he is to be. So either way it goes, you're going to get pushed in the direction that what it truly is. Because, like I said, in the year 2023, when I did that, they were saying that we were pretty much on alignment to ending cycles, ending hard cycles anyway. So you're going to get pushed. To me, it's like, it's either you coming with us, or if you're not, you could be prepared to get ran over. Because we're going to do it anyway. Okay? And I'm kind of feeling like for this masculine, if you don't do it that way, you might not get the person that you feel that is the divine feminine. I feel semi in the energies. It's a percentage that, again, that you keep on pussyfooting around, that you kind of running the risk of the divine feminine energies kind of saying, okay, I'm going on to something else because I waited. I feel like we share the same energies, feel like the time is now. You've been like a person that double dutch. You've been digging in your potatoes. And the spirit keep on saying, jump in. And now spirit got to jump and push you in there. Divine feminine said, I've been waiting on the sidelines to see you actually jump this double dutch. And now I got tired of waiting and I walked away, and then I'm going to maybe go play double dutch someplace else. Or I done left the playground period and say, I'm just going to go home and go fix me dinner. And, call me when you're ready. Or I might not call me when you're ready. I might look at my phone and say, okay, I'm putting it back down. Okay, the time has passed, So, yeah, kind of... It's a lot of things at play. Again, what's for you is for you. You can't lose. But that's one thing that I kind of see. So speaking of love, let's look and see about what this divine masculine energies. Okay, so understanding the action, knows what it has to take, which is, again, I got to kind of get by myself, which means I got to cut ties with these people in the physical where I'm at. The hermit card in my mind popped up. He's got to do that. So he can be able to really rely on his heavenly sides about what's the next steps he needs to take. Because spirit is going to be pushing him regardless if he take the step or not. And he just sit and say, I could just stay with him. They're going to tell him the time is now. So what's going on with the love life here as far as that one? Really moving into the energy of understanding that this could be one you already met the romantic partner you seek. Understanding that he's maybe even in other lifetimes or even in this one, this divine masculine knows exactly who is the angel of love. He's really going to be moving into that energy, understanding that this truly is the one. This not could be you already met, and understanding that he's met the person who could really rock their world or be that again your forever home as well. Can you define this for me to clarify it? Thank you. Because to me it's going to get to the point that it's got to be fair, could be temperance too. You got to weigh the pros and cons, and really if you balance your feminine and your masculine energies together, it's going to help you to really move into that energy to become wise, about wise, because you're using your intuition, your awareness, you're using also things in the 3D that's helping them to point them into direction that this is truly the person. It is clues that again there's heavenly signs. He's been getting synchronicities. He's getting things in the 3D and the tangible and the physical. They're saying this, and he's weighed. He's looked at what's again. To be fair, it's like judgment too. It's like again, judgment is getting called in, looking and seeing about. It's got on one side what's not for you, and on the other side what's a new beginning for you. And you kind of got to look at those two, and so you weighing those things here. Well, I'm seeing in the situation that I'm in now, that's not really true, really for me. That's not really truly expression of love, okay, or the love angel. This person is, I can have a new beginning with that. So understanding that that's what's going to be weighing in the mind too as well. Instead, we had to go the distance here, really moving into that energy of understanding that this is the one, and let's keep the momentum going. Not no going back and forth. It could be, I think it is, I'm not too sure. Really running the race, keeping that stamina strong until the end, until he or she actually gets the person in their life, maintaining in there, not no kind of flaky, shaky kind of conversations, and on my time when I make it happen, like really sincerely saying I'm in it to win it, showing it, expressing it, talking about it, being vulnerable in it, being free to express in this, and really, although everything around them is not lending itself to help you to understand, that goes back to you've got to be the hero yourself, and you got to be self-reliant on yourself to be able to find those answers, like that said by 2023. This is where this comes from, to go the distance for the divine masculine. And then also round and round means to end the cycle, the wheel. What goes down must come up, what's up must go down. So what really has been the top of my list as a priority now needs to move and shift into the option, or not really being a priority on my list, and moving the divine feminine energies of being really in love and being in true love and making that a priority. No more options as well. We got a 2, which means relying on intuition. The 2 is moving into unity, coming together, and 5 is change, which means coming to the point of 2 plus 5 equals 7, which means spiritual completion. Knowing that that is for that coming to an end, about this round and round. Is this my person? She could be my person. No, not really. She don't talk right. Well, I'm kind of go basing upon the queens that I had in my life, and so she kind of talk like them, walk like them, and so now, yeah, no, she don't act like the people that I know of. Something must be wrong with her. So I don't want to be with her, because she don't remind me of other women that I'm used to. And use the women I'm used to, they abusive, they verbal, they talk about me, they put me down, but that's what I equate to be love. But here you come talking something different. I think it's something wrong with you. I think you're a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, all that stuff. And so now it's the end of the cycles, because now you're understanding that, hey, when they love you, they talk positive about you, they're not checking up on you every 55 minutes like that, got your GPS on and want to know time of you, how long it take you to get to your grandma's house, and when you get there, call me when you get there, doing all that extra spying and extra keeping under lock and key and control and manipulation, all that stuff. They now coming to that understanding that that is not love. Okay, You are. Not this could be the one. And need to change that. I'm coming to the point that I'm not questioning that anymore. I'm knowing this now. And I've seen now that I have, this person has been in my life all along. And she or he is actually the one. Okay, all right. So now, what are the steps that these people are, these divine masculine energies, feeling like they're food? What are they going to actually take? Clear. Steps, what steps are they going to take in this 3D? Oh, Lord, have mercy. They say I don't know where this came from, but they feel this right now. They say they're exhausted. They try to keep their eyes open, but they fatigued, drained, and spent. All right. I got to put that where that regular goes. Okay, let's try this again. What steps? Thank you. When that happens, they just feel like, okay, I believe you, but what things are you going to do? Okay, 4 wands. Okay, so 4 wands came out here. I'm looking at, I'm intuitive, and I read the energies of the card here, really getting in the state of being and really being able, we got the tambourine, which is in some ways beating to their own drum. Understanding that they've been a part of the 3-ring circus right here. And to me, when I'm looking at that, it's like leaving the 3-ring circus in the past, okay? Understanding that that's not going to last, okay? However, this here is about dancing to your own rhythm. What is spirit telling you in your state of being, of who you are, in your own feminine energies? What is it again telling you that you must do? Movement in your body, in your core. So again, 4 wands, getting that stability, using all of it, to me, as far as action, using all of the elements: air, fire, water, and earth. Air, meaning your thinking and your strategy together, how you could be able to align yourself with. Fire, doing the action behind it to do that. Again, that means really alchemizing, taking that bad situation and creating it into good. Again, I say water, getting your emotions underneath. Again, using that, being able to take that deep dive, as I said in the 2023 thing, to help you to really look at yourself. Shadows, what has caused you to get into these situations? What do you need to stop doing in order to keep on attracting the same patterns or experiences and situations attracted to you? What do you need to do emotionally to get yourself prepared and ready to leave, or to divorce, or to leave the job, or to leave this place? What do you need to do as far as that one? And earth, what do you need to do as far as the material world? Do I need to kind of start saving my money if I know I'm starting to say I want to get out of here? Do I need to stop buying things, stop investing with the person? Do I need to stop doing things with that and slowly find myself less posting on Facebook about me and her? Why you didn't post? I just didn't feel like it. About, well, we went to the concert, looked like you were, or we was in our we were doing our New Year's Eve celebration. Why you didn't post no pictures? I just didn't feel like it. You post, you always posted, so post what we got up there, what we doing that. I'll make a comment and like on it, but I ain't put it on mine. Why? Because secretly I'm saying to myself, now this me, this how I would do it. Because I'm trying to do less on it together. People on outside, they gonna start picking up on the thing. Nah, ain't no us's. Ain't no us's. No, what happened to y'all us's? No, it was selfish. Ain't no us's. What's happening with that? I just didn't feel like it. I ain't letting them know what the hell I'm doing. I don't want them to know I'm up there planning and find no divorce lawyer or nothing like that. So it's gonna be less. You gonna see less. I'm starting doing my exit. Slowly behind the scenes. I ain't posting no more us's up there. I ain't doing no more. I just do the bare minimum. You just gonna see the bare minimum. Day birthday, happy birthday, love you. You always been there. I'm gonna tell the truth. Yeah, you have been there for me, whatever like that. But you ain't getting nothing beyond that. It gonna be less on that, so that people can almost, if you intuitive, you're like, some shifting in their relationship. You about right? Yeah, something is shifting. You right? Now, why you ain't at the business so much that y'all got to get down? I'll be there. If she need me or he need me, I'll be there. But I ain't doing no extra time up in there. Because again, I'm planning my exit on that. That'll just be me. So that's how, again, with that. actions to start. Keeping yourself connected to spirit, like I said. Been doing the mastermind of myself. I know nothing. I should post that. That's a good thing. And you can do that even for the next year as well. I should post that, the mastermind prayer. Of myself, I know nothing. I surrender. Okay. Again, I need help. Because again, you see her eyes, even in the state of being, about the spirit, this masculine, really in their being, in the divine feminine energies. They should be keeping their eyes on the prize, asking God for guidance. This is here. This has nobody else on this card. Let's go back to that hermit energy. This divine masculine understands in his actions. He's got to start looking for his help above, if he's very religious or again spiritual. Understand, I got to look beyond here. This is bigger than me. I don't know how to handle this. I don't know what's the right term. If I try to handle this with the resources and the knowledge and the tools that I have right now, I cannot do it by myself, and I need some help from beyond. This is what it is here again. Keeping the wishes, knowing specifically what you want, asking yourself, the divine masculine energies, what is it that you really truly want to see coming to fruition? This is the year for that. If you say, I want true love and I feel that where I am is not in it, I need you to guide me in some kind of way to get out of this situation. And whatever you tell me to do, I'll do it. And I'm at this point, I'm really surrendering. Okay? That's what needs to happen. Here we got Hierophant. This is it again. Looking, moving, alchemizing, getting beyond, getting into that spirit of higher energy, higher, looking outside of selves, being in alignment, emotional body, spiritual body, all that stuff, Christ-like, looking and ready to be ascend. I'm looking at him laughing, and he's just sitting and meditating, and just knowing that, again, to me, I'm looking at his face, it's a knowing of where I want to be, so within, so without, or so as below, as above, so below. Getting in contact with that and already feeling yourself as if I'm already out of this. Thank God I'm out of this marriage. Thank you. I feel it. I thank you. You're already sending me the right person, the right lawyer. Thank you. You're already sending me the right job. Thank you. I'm already in it. I feel it. This here, to me, is what it is happening. To me, also, the actions of understanding about the Seven of Cups. Going back to what it's saying about that, again, surrendering, having spirit tell you. I feel like in some ways almost like my mother when it was with my dad. She kept on saying that in some ways when they were getting rough there, a couple of times she would say, I don't have no place to go. I ain't got no place to go. This divine masculine feels in his actions that I see Seven of Cups, which is the card of I got options. To me, it's no longer feeling like I can only be here. This is it. I got to be married with her. I got to still keep on married with him. I got to still keep on playing the role. This divine masculine energy understands that he has options. He has ways out. The thing is just making sure that he's picking the right one for him. The right one that, again, I was reading something today that said that in your spirit that you can say, I'm all right with it. It's all right in my spirit. And I can move from that. And it's not about everybody else. And of course you want everybody to be, and this is what the problem is with this divine masculine. He wants to make everybody happy. And at the end of the day, that's not going to happen. He might want to make this mother happy. Whoever it is, this mother figure that's in there wants to make happy. And at the end of the day, he's got to be all right with that. Hey, they might not be all right. This is earth. We wish that everything was like heaven, where everybody's love and we understand everybody's intentions behind it and nobody has to explain nothing. You just know, and we just go with the flow because we send messages to each other's telepathically, and we don't need no explanation because we already know. This ain't that on earth as it is in heaven. We ain't got there yet. We got to explain. You know, like I told myself the other day, people won't ask questions. They got a right to ask questions to get more explanation, you know. So you got to get with the program and stop getting attitude about that, you know. And so this is it. This is where they are. I'm seeing this ladder so it understand that they can be able to ascend and to go up higher. Each one of these decisions that he make, it has an opportunity to help him to ascend. He's just got to pick, you know. And some of them, no matter what it is, it may take him a roundabout way, but he's still going to land to where he wants to go. Rather, you got some options that's going to take you directly to where you want to go. It's up to him. And then his actions is that he's going to feel like he's ready for romance. I'm seeing this white horse here. That's freedom. He feels like a Knight of Cups would, you know, I've heard say that's not fully, but that's a person who's got a plan and a strategy. And you know damn right with a knight got a plan, and they gonna follow through on it, on their attack of how they gonna be able to win. Okay, this ain't no I'm thinking about page energy where I'm kind of thinking about it, daydreaming about it, you know, me and her and wife and the baby, or they got my, you know, it ain't all that dreamy dream stuff. Knight of Cups is again a person who's going to be again on night, which is an action for me. I don't care what anybody else said, but for me, a night is I'm doing some follow through, and to me, a night energy is about worrying. Like I'm gonna go to battle. I'm gonna make sure either I'm battling myself or even I'm battling her to say, well, I don't know. The divine feminine saying, I done been through so much crap with you. I don't know if I could even really trust you on this. So you know, you gonna have to win me over. Okay, challenge accepted. Okay, bring it on in. It's part of me that's in the back probably giggling and saying, okay, he gonna fight for me. You know, but again, that's part of what's got to go on. And from this energy and this actions, he understands that he's ready to bring the romance. Now, even if you had said deuces, said that's nice, I'm glad, you know, we can be friends. I heard what I wanted to hear. I'm glad, really, truly, that you got out that relationship. However, you know, I waited, and I found somebody else, you know, but at the same time, we would be friends. Or, you know, he might hear that and say, that don't matter to me because I believe that you're mine. Okay, well, you know, do what you got to do. If you feel like you want to keep on battling for me, who knows? If it's meant to be, something, the person I'm with might do something wrong, and it might start breaking down, because Spirit might be saying, I told you it's time for both of y'all to come into union. And then all of a sudden everything was going all nice and hunky-dory, and before you know it, that's breaking down for some mysterious reason. And he was like, okay, you know, we could do this. So again, things, if it's supposed to be and it's meant to be, it will be. Okay. And so this is where we talk about the end. So those are the actions that this divine masculine, again, understand he's got to follow through that, and then that's what he wants to take. Okay, so what I'm missing here, any overall things that, again, that's the things that he wants to do. What is he going to do? I think that's in the spirit. Let's look and see about it in the 3D. What is he actually going to do in the 3D? How's that going to transfer into the 3D? Oh, got two cards here. He's going to be speaking this truth. I think he's going to be speaking this truth to everybody else. I think I'm looking at the glasses kind of halfway down. He might be throwing some shade at other people, like, okay, this is my time. I've been quiet. I ain't said nothing to you. But I think I'm about to speak my piece back to you. You'll understand where I'm coming from now. On a lot of stuff, some truth going to be spoken, some outbursts, some things. So you're going to really be, that's why I say work with that throat chakra. Really it's going to be pronounced out there too as well. Understanding that, again, in order for you to have beauty, he's got to have some thorns. He's going to really understand it, that, again, it's a truth that needs to be spoken in order for him to understand the beauty of who he is and his power. That a lot of people are going to get kind of stuck, going to get pricked by this truth here. And like I said in the other one, everybody is not going to be wanting to hear this truth that this masculine has. But again, it ain't about what they want to hear. It's about what's got to be done. Okay, and so then also understand in this one, in the divine masculine, in the 3D, he's going to change directions. This to me is that hangman being suspended. To me, again, he's going to stop. He's probably going to take a breather back to what the spirit wants him to do about that hermit energy. And then he's going to find himself, I'm going to see him like, okay, what movie was I was? Oh, Forrest Gump. Remember? And when Jenny had died, he just took off running. And he was just running, until one day he just stopped. And then he just turned around. So it's almost like that again. That's a funny analogy that was brought to me. But again, it's like he's going to be just running. He's that runner energy, as you all call it, just running. And then all of a sudden within him, he's just going to say, I'm going to stop running. I'm going to stop running for what I truly want. And I'm actually going to walk and run back, or go back to the actual thing that I know that is my forever home. Again, we know that sense of home that they feel in their twin and within themselves and within their heart is a home feeling, okay, which is you. And this is what they're going to do in the 3D again. But I'm still drawn to this suspension where there's no movement. And there is actually, like I said, a the hangman position, which is again not movement but seeing things from another point of view, which means I've got to stop. So there might be a point where he's not moving towards anybody. He ain't moving towards you. He ain't moving towards the situation he in with the person, place, or thing. I'm just gonna stop, and then I'm just gonna pull back, and then I'm gonna just kind of really just take in the view. Because I feel like that card that I had said before is really about that hermit and sitting on top of the world looking down on creation, and the only thing that I can't find is since you've been around, so put me on the top of the world. So he asks his spirit to put me on top of the world, because again, I'm just looking down at everything that I created, and I'm not too happy. There's some things I could stay with and some things that could be taken up, okay, with that for this masculine. Yeah, I see it says about right now. He's look. I just dropped my eyes. Says about forgiving and learning. Okay, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. I think that's what he's going to be doing into that. Learning how to pay attention to the red flags. He's going to be doing that in the 3D. To signs about that. He's going to be trying to stay optimistic about the situation. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. They said about that earlier. Keep the faith. Understanding that it's going to happen very soon. Once he takes those places, he got to clearly decide what he wants so that it comes to him. He's going to learn how to express his love. In 3D, once he does that, he's going to call his soulmate in, which is it through prayers and affirmation and visualization to help bring you two together. He's again also going to be saying this is understanding that he's looking for true love, and this is the romance of a lifetime. Spirit guides are going to help him, and he's going to build a new foundation about as far as you all's relationship when that comes. There we go. And you're probably going to find yourself, once he gets it together, he's going to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you, and he's going to discuss his feelings with you, and you all both are going to share that. There's no more cards facing this way about that. I said once he does that, that means that's the end of that. And so that's what's going to actually happen once he follows through and does that in the 3D, okay, as well. That's strongly what is. That's what he's strongly getting pushed in the direction to follow and to do. Advice from his higher self. His higher self is saying what? Let's see what the higher self is saying. And then that's it. It's a wrap on this one. Clear. Put me on the top of the world. Hasta la vista, baby. The number 52. Uh-oh. 52. Feel brand new. Wanna have good things stick like glue. Might feel some people feeling and saying boo-hoo. But guess what? That's all on you. Because it's time for me to bid you adieu. Boo-boo. All right. That's what I felt. Okay. You know, me and them. 52 is the last one. Baby, this is like the last page and the last chapter. There are no more cards in this deck. With this one, he follows through and he does this. That's his recipe. So I hope this does come across some divine masculine, or even you in some situation that you feel is the divine feminine, or the one who's awakened, or whatever like that, in your divine masculine energies. Remember, we do house both, but however, it is one energy that we feel a little bit, we resonate a little bit better, and we have more mastery over. However, we do have both. We're not really one versus the other. We do share and house both. So hasta la vista, baby. Remember that song Queen Elsa sings in the Disney movie Frozen when she unleashes her magic? Well, if you didn't catch the animated flick, it's time to let it go, let it go. Do, 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 do. Walk away, and just like you, never look back at the trash can you leave at the curb. Don't give it a second glance. It's time for new beginnings. Out with the old and in with the new. Like I said, it's time to bid adieu. Bye-bye. Boo-boo. All right, then. That was a pleasure to do. I'm going to go over here and relax now, because that was in my spirit. And upload this and go ahead and listen to me some Lizzo in spirit down here. All right, then. Thank you so very much for listening. I'm going to even look back at this again and look and see about what is being said about what they're going to do as far as in their action. I'm just going to probably release it. I'm not going to go through and put my little comments and all that extra stuff on there, because I want this to come out there for some of you all up at midnight watching too for the new year. All right, then. Next time, all right then, as always, make sure you smash the notification button so you can know about what new videos I'm bringing out. Because, you know, I'm not on here quite often. So, again, you want to make sure that when I am on here, you do get the videos, okay? When I'm learning and reading, because it's probably pertaining to you and it can help you as well. All right, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste and Namago. Until next time. Happy 2023. All right, then remember, we're thriving, not surviving, and it's all about you, and it's all about me. All right, until next time. Mwah.